This is Dr. John Ojalaton. We are welcome to another class, another mathematics class. And today we'll be talking about still under fraction. In our last class, we dealt with different types of fraction, proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction, and we also delved into addition of the different types of fraction we have. And then under the different types, we did different kind of denominators, the addition of different kind of denominators. We did homogeneous denominators for proper, mixed, and improper fraction, for proper and improper fraction, and then heterogeneous denominators, that's different denominators. Today, like we said previously, we are going to talk about equivalent fractions. When we talk about equivalent fractions, what are we talking about? We are talking about fractions that they have the same proportion, but they have different figures. For instance, if we say half, 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is also same as 2 over 4. Is also the same as 4 over 8. Is also the same as 6 over 12. Is also the same as 18 over 36. These are all equivalent fractions. All of these are fractions. 1 over 2 is a fraction. 2 over 4 is the same equivalent fraction as 1 over 2. Why? Because 2, that is the numerator, is half of 4, the denominator. 4, the numerator here, is half of 8, the denominator. 6, the numerator here, is half of 12, the denominator. While 18, the numerator here, is half of 36, the denominator. How do we arrive at this? Whenever we have any kind of fraction, and we want to make it equivalent fraction, what we do is that we multiply both the numerator and the denominator. We either multiply them or divide them by the same factor, the same number. What do I mean? As we have above, 1 over 2. 1 is the numerator, 2 is the denominator. If we multiply this by 2 and 2, what we have, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 here is 4. That's why I said they are equivalent. As we have 2 over 4, we want to multiply this by 2 over 2. We have 4 over 8. That's what we have here. Or we can come and say 3 over 4. If you say 3 over 4, and we come here, we multiply both sides by, let's say 9. We have 27 over 36. 3 over 4 is a quarter, is equivalent fraction with this. Equivalent fraction with this. We can also come and say 18 over 36. If we divide both sides, 18 over 36, we divide them by 9. What do we have? We have 2 over 4. And 2 over 4 is also the same. Dividing it is 2 over 4. And that's what we can see here, 2 over 4. Now, we want to make this 2 over 4 the same as 1 over 2. We divide again across by 2. What do we have? 1 over 2. So, we have equivalent fractions when we multiply or divide that set of fractions by the same factor. The same factor. That's how we have equivalent fraction. Let's look at some examples, some questions as we continue this class. For instance, we have something like 3 over 5, and we are told that it's equal to something over 25. This question connotes that this fraction, 3 over 5, is equivalent to this. How do we get x here? How do we get x here? We look at this 5 and we look at 25. What was done to this 5 to make it 25? They multiplied it by 5. So to have an equivalent fraction, we must also multiply the numerator by 5. And what do we have? 5 times 3 will give us 15. So it tells us that x is equal to 15. That means 3 over 5 is equivalent to 15 over 25. If we say 5 here is 3, 5 here is 5, they are equivalent. So equivalent fractions are very easy. We either multiply by the same factor or we divide by the same factor. We say 144 over 96, and we are told this is 12 over something. What's the equivalent fraction here? What are we looking for? We're looking for y. How do we get y? We look at 144. What was done to 144 to make it 12? It was divided by 12. Because 12 times 12 is 144. So to get our y, we also divide 96 by 12. And what do we have? 96 divided by 12 will give us what? 8. How do we get 8? Let's go the rudimentary way. 4 in 9, 2. Remainder 1 in 16, 4. 4 here, 3. 3 here, 1. 3 in 28, 3 in 24, 8. So our answer is 8. So that's one way of looking at equivalent fraction. Another method that we can use is, let's go back to our question. Another way we can do is we can cross multiply and use to solve equivalent fraction problems by looking for this y, is that we can do what is called cross multiplication. We cross multiply. And how do we do that? We cross the factors or the numbers, we multiply themselves diagonally. It means 144, we multiply y, and it will be equal to 96 multiplying 12. Now we are looking for y. So what do? We are going to divide both sides by the factor of y. So factor of y. The factor of y is 144. 144. 12 here, 1, 12 in 144 is 12. 12 here, 1, 12 in 96 is 8. So eventually we have 8. So this is the way to solve equivalent fractions. I want to believe that you had a value for your time spent. Thank you so much. Meet you in the next class. Have a nice day.